Okay, today's topic is dimensional analysis. Yesterday we did a little bit of the dimensional analysis when we talked about the metric system, when we did the conversions. When you convert from one metric unit to another and you use a picket fence, that's actually doing dimensional analysis. And today we are going to use it to convert between metric and English units, or between two English units as well. So we're just going to use them to do all kinds of really cool conversions. And on the next slide, I'm going to show you some common conversion factors. You may want to write them down, because as I go through the notes, I'm not going to be able to refer back. I'm not going to be able to show you them back again. So I will refer to them, but you'll need to use them. And in class, you will definitely have to have them handy. I won't have them on the board or anywhere. So go ahead and make sure you write them down. Okay, let's take a look at some of these conversion factors. A lot of them you know, so I'm not going to go ahead and read them all, but you really do need to write them down. So if I were you, I would pause this video, write them down, because you will need them for the rest of the notes, and you will need them for tomorrow. Okay, our first example is how many inches in 78 centimeters. So the first thing I need to do before I do anything else is find my conversion factor that converts inches to centimeters. And that is 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Okay, now we're going to use that in our picket fence. Okay, so just like we did with the metric units, we have to write our picket, and it's a line with a picket with one line down, our picket. And in the left-hand top box, we put in what we're given. Well, we're given 78 centimeters. So we're going to put 78 centimeters here. Now, we need to get rid of the unit centimeters. We have to somehow cancel it out. Well, just remember, if you divide something by itself, it becomes 1 or cancels out. So since I have centimeters on top, I'm going to put centimeters on bottom, okay, which leaves my 1 inch on top. And of course, this little straight down vertical line means times. This is actually 78 times 1 divided by 2.54, which equals 30.7 centimeters as my answer. Okay? Doesn't sound too hard, does it? Well, let's try another example. Okay, this example says how many seconds in 3.25 hours. So, then we can do one of two things. We can try to calculate how many seconds are how many minutes are in an hour, and then seconds in a minute. But there is a conversion factor in those conversion factors that I gave you that goes from hours to seconds. And that is 1 hour equals 3,600 seconds. Okay, that's basically 60 times 60. Okay, so we're going to write our little picket with our fence. We're going to put 3.25 hours in the top box. Okay, now out of the two, since we have hours on top, we're going to put hours on bottom. That leaves us with 3,600 seconds to go here. Okay? And then this is 3.25 times 3,600 divided by 1. And when you do the math on that, it is 11,700 seconds. That's a lot of seconds. Okay? Now, sometimes you may need to do more than one conversion. It may require 2. And even when we go further on in the year, we may do some that require 3 and 4. Okay? So if you're just doing 2 conversions, basically going from one unit to another unit using 2 conversion factors, you have to use a double picket fence. Or you can do 2 conversions, one conversion, then take that answer and convert it to the next. That's a long way to do it, so I usually just use the double picket fence because I think it's easier. So that's what we're going to do in class today. Okay, in this example we have how many centimeters in 8.68 feet. Now, there's really two ways you can do this. You can go from feet to inches and inches to centimeters. Or, I'm going to flip it up a little bit. I'm going to go from feet to meters and meters to centimeters. Now, I know that 1 meter is 3.28 feet. And I also know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Now, because I have two conversion factors, not one, I need a double picket fence, which means I'm going to draw a little bit longer line, and I'm going to draw 2 vertical lines. Now, once again, the left box gets what I started with, so it gets my 8.68 feet. Now, the only conversion factor out of the 2 up top are 1 meter is 3.28 feet. That's the only one with feet in it. So I'm going to put the 3.28 feet here. So my feet cancel out. Then I'm going to put 1 meter here. Now I'm going to put the 1 meter here and the 100 centimeters here. Now, because those vertical lines are multiplication, I actually have 8.68 times 1 times 100 divided by 3.28 times 1. Which I think you guys can do the math on that. It does come out to be 868 divided by 3.28, which comes out to be 264 centimeters. So that's my answer on that one. Okay, this example is how many hours in 1.75 years. So I am going to have to use 2 conversion factors on this one, and they're pretty simple. We have 1 year is 365 days, and of course 1 day is 24 hours. Okay, so we're going to set up our double picket fence, put our 2 pickets in here, and we're going to start out with 1.75 years. And then we're going to put 1 year on the bottom to get rid of our years. 365 days on top. And then 1 day down on the bottom to get rid of days with 24 hours on the top. So this one we have 1.75 times 365 times 24 divided by 1, which gives us 15,330 hours. It's an awful lot of hours. Okay, now you have 3 practice problems you need to do. So you need to bring them in tomorrow, showing the work. You do have to show your work from here on out. So you must show the picket fences and how you did this. And then in a minute, I'm going to show you the answers so that you can at least check your answers. Here are the answers to those 3 problems. If you're not getting the correct answer, you're definitely going to want to ask me questions on Monday. And that's it. Bye.